Hey, mother flippers! Update on the Super Duke. It's Tuesday night. Not late night like it usually is. It's only like 7 o'clock. But just about done with this Super Duke. I think the last video I left off, I was trying to start it. It was turning over fine. You know, it sounded good all there, but when I was turning it over, it sucked the oil down. Like when I first picked this bike up, I remember the oil was in this indicator level, and then when I was trying to start it, it had went down, and then it had me thinking, man, was there actually no oil in this thing? Because the guy had drained the gas tank, you know, but there was coolant in it, but there's no dipstick, just this. But I was pretty confident there was oil in it, so I drained the oil, took the filter out, because I was going to do an oil change anyway, and it was full of oil. I don't know if it drained into the motor or whatever, but so we changed the oil filter. On the other side, we took out the oil screen, and then we drained the sump and the motor, and then we put in fresh oil. And then I had hooked up a battery to try to start it, and it didn't want to start at first, but then I got a couple little pops, you know, so I knew I was getting ignition then. I just think the injectors were gummed up from sitting. Even though he drained the tank, there was probably old fuel on the line, or he didn't get it all out. But then fresh gas sitting in there overnight probably loosened everything up. So then I got it to start, you know, it would start and die out, start and die out, start and die out. So then I got it, started it, and was able to get it, crack the throttle a little bit and hold the RPMs at like 3,000 RPMs for like 30 seconds, a minute, and then eased off it. And then it started idling on its own. And after that, I topped off the oil, and then we were good. I knew it was running. It would start on its own again. So I was able to put the rest of the bike together. I'm still waiting on the right size battery. I have a smaller battery in there, a lithium battery, but it's working for now. And I'm waiting. I ordered a whole hardware kit, and I actually really only need the one bolt now, but it's okay. And I still have to do something about the rear blinkers. It came with the aftermarket taillight. I'm going to see if it has integrated turn signals. If it does and it works, I'll put that in there, and then I don't have to buy anything else back here. But everything else on here looks pretty good. I got it all figured out. I didn't look up any manuals or diagrams or anything. This is just taking the parts and the hardware and just seeing what lines up. And I've been working on cars and bikes for, man, 20 years now. So when you look at everything and sort it all out, it all tells you a story of where it goes. They all leave marks and this and that. But this thing looks like $1 million. Obviously, I wiped it all down. The only thing I really have left, like I said, something with the blinkers, and I had that little tiny pinhole in the right up on the top of the rad here where the cap is, and that I'm probably maybe I'll see if I can have someone braze it, or maybe I'll J&B weld it. It's like the slightest little thing, just enough for it to sweat, but I don't want it to get worse. But this thing looks great. I'm excited. This was a lot figuring this all out, but it was worth it. Oh yeah, we had the broken blinker up here, and then the rear section had a broken blinker also, but the front and the rear blinkers are the same style blinkers. And this piece actually was cut. You could see it was cut. This was supposed to go on, and you know, this piece and this piece actually on bolt. So this was cut, and then the whole time I was like, dang, why'd he cut that? You know, but he had something different with the taillight that he was making. And the whole time I had this weird metal bracket and I had no idea what it was, but then it took me a while till you're like getting down to the last parts and you're just looking at them. And then I realized, oh, this is actually a tidy tail. It bolts on and fills that in. And I had this heat shield that was driving me nuts. But I looked everywhere and I was pretty dang confident it didn't fit anywhere, you know. And then there was actually a part number, so I Googled it, and it's for like a Dodge Magnum or something. It's not for this. So, and he has a ton of aftermarket parts, you know, a bunch of parts he eliminated, like the airbox, this and that. So I have this leftover hardware, but I am confident that this thing is not missing a nut or a bolt anywhere. This thing is solid, you know, like he's got these carbon fiber pieces which change some of the hardware. This thing looks great. It fires right up. I went through the gears on the stand here. It was shifting fine. I'm waiting on this spacer and this bolt. That's the main reason I ordered that hardware kit. Because ordering this spacer and this bolt from KTM with the shipping was probably $50. I had some extra hardware. This looks terrible right now, but the bolt I had was way longer. So this is just so I can test drive it around the block and make sure it actually is good. But when the new hardware shows up, I'll just swap that hardware out and we're good. This thing came out great. I'm excited about this. I'm going to be about $1,700 all in. $1,500 for the bike, $70 in fluid, $50 for a battery, $50 for the hardware, and then another $30. We're going to get some chain wax, and then we'll see if I have to buy rear blinkers or not. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go find that aftermarket taillight and go test that, and if it works, I'm going to hook that up. But man, this thing looks like $1 million. Look at that carbon fiber. Oh man, this thing cleaned up nice. What a score. Alright guys, I'm going to show one of my little tricks. I use these Milwaukee 12-volt batteries for testing stuff all the time. I'm just using a piece of a cotter pin. Sometimes I even just make little wires that with spade terminals on there that just will plug in, but for now we're just using 2 pieces of a cotter pin. So I'm going to test this aftermarket taillight. Put it on there. And then, so I got a yellow, a blue, and then this 3-prong connector with a black, a white, and a red. So we're gonna try the black wires, the ground first, and see what happens. If I had to guess, the 3-wire connector here is gonna be the tail light and brake light, and the yellow and blue are gonna be the blinkers. Yeah, so there you go. Oh, I should flip this around. Okay, so the red wire, oh, it's not working now. This must have lost connection. There we go. So that's tail light, brake light, tail light, brake light. I should write that down. So the white wire is tail light and the red wire is brake light. And now for the blinkers. So blue is going to be left because this is upside down. And that means that yellow is going to be right. Alright, cool. Yeah, so now I'm gonna take this tail light out, put that integrated tail light, and then that solves the issue of my rear blinkers. And then all I'm waiting for is the bolt for the caliper, and this bike's all done, man. I'm at 1,700 bucks. What a score. This is a good one. I love these projects when they come in pieces like that. You always get them at a cheaper price, and if everything's there, what a score. What a score. That's it for now. Thanks, guys. Oh, last little update. So we put the integrated taillight in there. Now we got blinkers. So now we got good tail light, good front blinkers, the horn works, everything works like it should. We have a complete running bike for just shy of $1,700. 1,500 miles, clean title. This thing is beautiful. I'm excited. It's like 10 o'clock. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and take this out. After work, I'll take it for a good ride. I think I'm gonna keep this one for a little bit. I don't know if I'll sell this right away. We'll make some riding videos with this, but that's it for now.